Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin has denied that he's been given an ultimatum by school officials to make a decision about whether he's staying or going in advance of next week's Egg Bowl against Mississippi State. Either way, there's a lot of reporting out there now that suggests whether it was an ultimatum or not, there is a real sense in Oxford that they don't want to let this thing drag on much longer. And though there is no answer to the question I asked you yesterday, which is, all right, give him an ultimatum.
Yeah.
Tell him he needs to let you know by the Egg Bowl or by this Friday or whenever. You get to pick the date, do it. But if he doesn't give you an answer, what are you going to do about it? You can't just fire him.
No.
Well, that's you because you can't fire him for cause for not giving you an answer to a question. So you're going to pay that buyout? No, it's crazy. So the only really recourse you have is to suspend them. But do you really want to suspend your head coach in the middle of
I would not recommend
one of the greatest seasons in the history of Ole Miss football?
Probably not.
Like, there's still no answer to that question. Like, all right, you want an answer from Lane Kiffin sooner rather than later, and perhaps by a specific date, perhaps before you play your next game. But if he doesn't give it to you, what are you going to do about it? What are you really going to do?
Yeah.
So there's no, I mean, you can read Pat Forty, you can read John Tothy, you can read Dan Wolken. Nobody has an answer to that question. Are you really going to do something about it if he says, I'm not giving you an answer till I feel like it? So that remains unresolved. But it is clear that Ole Miss would like to know something soon. And it is obvious that they are getting fed up with it. And the fan base is starting to flip. And I just wanted to revisit this because yesterday, when I talked about it strictly from just like a black and white issue.
Yeah.
Like, practically speaking, Ole Miss, I understand you're frustrated and you want an answer and it sucks to have to go through this. But like, practically speaking, what are you going to do? And if you don't know what you're going to do, if he doesn't give you an answer, then you're stupid to go down this path because you're just setting yourself up to create an awkward situation.
Yep.
We need an answer by Friday or else. I'm not giving you an answer by Friday. What are you going to do now? You either have to backpedal and say, well, I guess we'll just keep waiting. Or you have to pull whatever new contract offer is sitting there for him off the table and say, you will never sign that contract with us. Or you have to suspend him. But you do any of those things and you are making the choice for him. He's leaving at that point. And you've just given him a reason to do it. And he will forever be able to say whether it was true or not. I might have just stayed in Oxford, but they pushed me out the door. And that's going to be a hard thing to live with. All right. So if you're not comfortable doing those things, then this is a wild thing to do. But again, according to Lane Kiffin, at least, there was no strict ultimatum. But all the reporting suggests they want to know something sooner rather than later. And based on just the vibes from the fan base, they're fed up with this. And the thing I wanted to say as I revisit this is, I get it. I understand. Because think about this from another perspective. Because I don't think I was thinking of it in this perspective yesterday, but try this. What if it was the quarterback instead of the football coach who was doing exactly this? What if there was reporting that Ole Miss had the hottest quarterback in the country. He had eligibility left. Got the Egg Bowl next week. You're headed for the college football playoff. And his family just flew to Gainesville to visit Florida, then flew to Baton Rouge to visit LSU. And, because this was reported last night, and the quarterback spent 2 hours on the phone with the governor of Louisiana, who is involved in this LSU coaching search, whether he should be or not. What if you heard all that? What if you were an Ole Miss fan and you heard your quarterback, who you brought to Oxford, gave an opportunity, paying him well, going to pay him more money next year, but in the middle of the season, he sent his family to Gainesville to check things out, family to Baton Rouge to check things out, and he's on the phone with the Louisiana governor talking about the LSU.
You'd be mad.
You'd be furious. You would be like, it's even hard to imagine something like that happening. But it's happening right now with the head coach. I get it. But the problem becomes, what are you going to do about it?
I don't think there's anything you can do.
The only thing you can do if you want to be super strong about it is just say, buddy, goodbye.
Wouldn't do that.
We're pulling our contract offer. We're suspending you for the rest of the season. And if you want to come back here next season on the same contract, you can, but we know you won't. Bye. So we're not firing you, but we will suspend you for conduct detrimental to the program because we think you've been detrimental to the program. Go take your other job. We know you're going anyway. You can do that, but you better be sure that's how tough you are, because you are then running off a guy who could theoretically go down as the best coach in school history.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you already think, because here's what somebody at Ole Miss would say, what if we weren't really running him off? What if we know he's going anyway? That's why he's doing all this. He's going anyway,
Right.
So let's just push him. Let's not let him walk out the door when he wants to. Let's shove him right now.
Would not recommend.
We know he's walking out the door. Let's not let him walk when he wants to. Let's shove him right now. I'm with you. I think I just sit back and probably try not to cut off my nose to spite my face type of thing.
Yep.
And I think I probably just sit back and I say, we're going to worry about this whenever we have to worry about this.
Yeah.
But
Let's try to win that.
the only thing I'm going to do with Lane Kiffin right now is encourage him to focus on his football program and the job that he's been doing incredibly well.
Right.
And whenever he's ready to make a decision, we're just going to sit here and wait for that. And if he leaves us and we are caught in a bad spot, then we will be caught in a bad spot, and he'll be a villain forever here, the same way he is at Tennessee.
Yeah.
And perhaps USC as well. That'll be his. That's part of his Wikipedia page. That's part of his legacy, if that's what he wants to be, and we'll recover as best we can. But I'm not gonna push him out the door if there's still even a little bit of a chance he might turn around and not actually leave. I think I'm more in line with you, but I get the fans being fed up.
Yeah,
I totally
definitely.
get the fans being fed up. Again, if this was a quarterback doing this exact same thing, handling this the exact same way, going on Pat McAfee's show and saying, I love it in Ole Miss, I love what we're doing. And then the governor of Louisiana is like, yeah, I was on the phone for 2 hours with the Ole Miss quarterback the other day. And the Ole Miss quarterback's family was in Gainesville and then in Baton Rouge, looking around, seeing how much they like the play. You'd be furious. You would not. You would. That is hard to imagine, and yet that is what's happening. I don't know that there's anything good Ole Miss can do about it, anything smart Ole Miss can do about it, but I do understand. I do understand the frustration.